Oh, feminine, I'm trying to figure out how this could have possibly worked out this way. For I find that despite the time and the space and the incredible mistakes I've made, that my love for you has grown in all this time away. That's something new to me. It it shows me even a contrast between those that came before you that I thought that it was love and that the love lasted. And really, what I see is mostly just that I got blasted with toxicity and trauma, and that they kept it going. And I let them. To be in separation with you is such a contrast. I don't know any other way to put it. I feel like in some ways I didn't know I was doing it, but I was putting us through the biggest test. Because it's usually when the relationship ends that things go bad. And maybe I just needed to see how it would go. And what's strange is that I find that the longer we go, whether in silence or laughter and that sweet banter I love so much from you, that the love grows. That only love grows here in my heart for you. And I feel like I see that the same happens from you to me. I look back at everything that's happened, and I feel like you went from being an absolute mad hatter and every right to be, that you told me off, and that you should have, and that you'd had every right to never want to talk to or see me again. Not even for the pleasantries or the kids or any of it. Just to be done. That's really what I thought would happen. And even when you already started to show me the kind heart that I fell in love with so long ago, I thought that maybe it was just temporary. Just the anxiety, the tears, that we just needed time, that you would move on, find someone else or something else that you found much more fulfilling and entertaining than me. And yet you haven't. At least not that I can tell. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just fooling myself again to think that you still love me that much, that you love me more, like I love you more. Though I know that I'm not wrong, especially after some of your more recent communications. And even more than that, like I said, this test I didn't mean to place us in feels like it's the place where we begin again, where we have spent so much time apart and seen the worst of each other. And I am, to be honest, truly embarrassed about my worst. I have been horrible. I wonder often how you could still possibly believe the best in me. Though I also have to tell you, feminine, that's in and of itself a dream come true. It's made me see how long I've lived a life where not only have I not believed in myself, but I've been surrounded by those who didn't believe in me either, who didn't trust me, who didn't see me, who thought that they had to control me and force me and tell me what I needed to think and feel, that I got so used to it that I started to seek it out without even realizing it. And then when we were together, I started to do that with you, to try to get you to be that person who would tell me what to do, and then get mad when I didn't like what you'd said, or if things didn't turn out good. And here I've been on my own. I surrounded myself again by people who'd tell me how to do this and how to treat that, and even try to tell me how to think of you. And yet somehow, feminine, I don't even understand how you do it sometimes. I would have thought between the time and distance and lack of attention, there would be no way you would still be interested. And yet there you are. I see you every day. It's hard for me to even admit in the 3D that I do keep an eye on you, but I do. And I see that you still share memories of us, some of your favorites and some of your not so favorites. I see that you still text me fairly often and don't even seem to be bothered by the space between my responses. And you think of me. I can even tell that when you are trying hard not to ask me anything, that somehow you know that I'm wrapped up in anxiety and tower moments, and you seem to only send me those of your thoughts that you know resonate with mine. And it's funny, it's like, just when I think that my heart's gonna hit its last beat, somehow either you reach out or somebody says something that reminds me of you, or I drive by a sign or a song comes on or something, and it's like getting shocked by a defibrillator, and the spark comes back in. Sometimes it's just small, just a tiny little thing, but enough to keep my heart beating. Other times it's a big shock, and even that gets overwhelming all on its own. I admit sometimes I hide my phone from myself, because I think that maybe that's why I can't stop thinking about you. Though, then I put on movies and shows, thinking to just think about anything other than you, and then they say your name. Or do something only you would do. Or then I get on Google trying to learn about something benign and unrelated, though the act of that itself is something that you taught me and that I watched you do night after night as you just enjoyed the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake. And even when I follow it and I find myself down a rabbit hole that I think is going to take my mind off of you for 5 minutes, then it mentions something that you once told me, and I'm back in it again. Like a rabbit going around a trail that is just a big circle, but so big it doesn't seem like it. Yet, no matter how far around I think I get, I always end up back where I am. I don't know how you do it, feminine. But you're right, only love grows here. And somehow I'm gonna get up the courage to tell you this soon. Until then, just know I am praying for you.